It was 1988. I was a newly minted economist climbing the grand stairway at His Majesty's Treasury in London, about to take up my dream job, a macroeconomic policy advisor. And probably, as a child of a giant tire builder with a grade 8 education, a mother who was an internal auditor for Britain's National Health Service, what was I doing there? I was being led into the inner sanctum of British economic management. I was excited, but I was apprehensive. I was going to walk the same corridors as that giant of 20th century economics, John Maynard Keynes. What was I doing there? Did I belong there? Would I be able to translate my academic success to professional success? It was a daunting challenge. And like all such situations, you sink before you swim. And that was an environment where nobody was going to throw you a lifeline. Yet I surfaced. And I was able to take my place alongside some of the best advisors to the people that made the big decisions. Transitioning to Canada, I built a career in investment advisory. I was extremely fortunate. I traveled all the major financial capitals of the world, giving advice to some of the biggest institutional investors in the world, had to navigate the complexities of the global economy, ever-changing trends, the uncertainty and risk, so that they could do the one thing they were supposed to do well, which was make money. In that career, all of a sudden I was back to public policy. I was invited into the Bank of Canada to be an advisor to the governor, and I experienced the thrill and the awesome power of making monetary policy for 40 million people. Following that, I transitioned again to become an investment executive at two of Canada's Maple 8 pension plans, renowned as world leaders in that field. As an expert in investment process, design and execution, I was invited to Japan to brief the Cabinet Office on how to modernize the investment function at the $1 trillion government pension plan. Now, when I talk to boards of directors, chief executive officers, chief investment officers, chief risk officers, my job is to guide them through the constant churning in the global economy so that they can position themselves and modulate their response to remain on strategy and to continue to be successful. America's decision to turn inwards, to walk away from the global trading system that they built for their benefit, has squeezed Canada really hard. But let's face it, we made ourselves vulnerable. We put all our eggs in one basket, we forgot to feed the hens, and then we wondered why there were fewer eggs in the nest year after passing year. American political upheaval is Canada's break the glass moment, and in all such cases and crises, it puts leadership in the crosshairs to mount an effective response. Good leaders give away power. They let their staff find the solutions because they are closest to the problems. But leaders have to get engagement, and they have to have followers, because if they don't, they're merely out for a walk. Canada can solve its problems by embracing competition, by renewing its faith in markets to help us navigate a new and more formidable world. Countries that compete well at home are able to compete well abroad. And with America closing to us, we need to be able to go out in the world and survive. And what's most important in the face of change is not survival of the fittest, it's survival of the most adaptable. And that's what I do. I help businesses navigate change. I help them separate the wheat from the chaff, to separate the signal from the noise, so that they can find solutions to their problems. I don't bring a solution looking for a problem. Through research, through expertise, through experience, we locate the problems, identify the problems, and come up together with the solutions.